Okay, just a quick video today. There's a ton of videos online for analog discovery too. I'm not going to repeat that. I'm just going to show you a couple things, maybe just to whet your appetite for you to go investigate a little bit more. Let's first look at the wave generator. So we're generating a sine wave. We can generate a square wave. Different types of things. Let's go back to sine wave, and we can do things like, okay, well, we actually want to put modulation on that, okay? And so you can add FM modulation to AM modulation. They're all plotted here together, which is kind of confusing, but let's go ahead and I'm going to change our carrier here to, let's say, 1 megahertz, okay? That's our sine wave. I'm going to say we have no FM. Let's see here. How do you say we have no FM? I guess like that. And we are going to modulate the carrier with a 1 kilohertz tone, a 50% modulation depth, and then over here, all right, so I'm going to hook up a scope probe to the output of the analog discovery, and yeah, there we go. There is our 1 kilohertz modulation on top of a 1 megahertz carrier, all right? So we're not going to be able to trigger on it easily, but if we zoom in, there's our 1 megahertz carrier, and then here's our big modulation. And yeah, so we can look at it in different ways, right? You can look at it this way, where we have a particular image, and yeah. Anyway, I've showed all this before. All right, so now I've hooked up the oscilloscope to the output, and let's take a look at that. So we have a display here, and we're not triggering very well on it. So let's see what we can do about the triggering here. See, edge, condition, where do we have like AC condition for, maybe we can just pull the, that's the actual location of the thing. Where's the trigger? Is this trigger? Yeah, there we go, that's trigger. So we can set trigger, take a look at that. We can make it a little bit bigger here. Let's see, channel 1, range. And then we can slide it back down again. There we go. Yeah, nice. All right. So, and we change the square wave, sawtooth wave, or triangle wave. Yeah, so oscilloscope's working good. So now I've gone to spectral analysis, and we have it set to a square wave, so we're seeing all of the harmonics of the square wave. Here's the sine wave, so you can see that we have a very clean. Now there's going to be a bunch of extra stuff. This is not a great spectrum analyzer. It's going to have a lot of spurs and a whole bunch of other stuff in it. But in general, it's giving you the idea here. Let's see here. How's that? Yeah. See, these are all. I've disconnected it from the signal here. So these are all spurs over here, and yeah, so it's difficult to know what's real and what's not real on this graph, but the idea, though, is good, okay? Learning about, you get a center, a clean frequency here for sine wave. This might be real, but I'm not sure. This is a square wave where you get a bunch of harmonics. This is a triangle wave where you get a bunch of harmonics. So, yeah, it's all right. All right, I'm going to monitor the SPI bus here. There's clock data and something called F-Sync, and so I've hooked those up to the wires plus a ground. So over here we have a nice display of, all right, here I have a display of what's going on. When I hit the button, you can see the data change here. So I'm sending it frequency information, so this must tell it I'm sending frequency, and then this is the information for the value of the frequency, and that's changing each time. When I push the other button, it's the mode button, and so it's just one short short word. This says do a square wave. This says do a sine wave. And so, yeah, so you can watch the data go through. So yeah, this seems like it's working pretty good. All right, there you go. I just hope that gives you some idea of the capabilities of this thing. And they aren't cheap, but I think you can learn a lot from them.